I don't know what is going on these days. Again, I'm going to be really irritated during this review because 2 days in a row it froze on me doing my live review. I don't understand why. Maybe it's my location. I may have to change locations for my next review. So, we'll see. But I'm reviewing Apothic Inferno. Hopefully I'm not drunk after that first glass. Here's what it looks like. It is their limited release. So once it's off the shelves, it's off the shelves. So it just was released almost 2 months ago, maybe a month and a half. So you should be able to still get it pretty rapidly for the next few months. Maybe 2 at the most, 3 in some places. It's a 15.9% alcohol. So be careful when you're drinking this wine. Don't drink alone, or if you are, don't go anywhere. And better to drink amongst friends. It's certainly Apothic, who make Apothic Red, Apothic Dark, Apothic Crush, so you may have heard of them. And so this is their Inferno. 60 days aged in whiskey barrels. Limited release, red blend, vintage 2014, based out of California. A new blend emerges from the flames of a time-worn craft, creating a most unexpected and masterful encounter. This small batch wine has been aged for 60 days in whiskey barrels. Red and dark fruit flavors combine with flavors of maple and spice, giving way to a long, clean finish. Here's the wine coloring. As you can tell, it's a nice dark red on it. Dark purple, I should say. Very lovely. Now, I've already know what this smells like. And at first smell, to the first person, as in my last review, I was trying to do, it gives you a big whiff at first, as if you just opened up a new bottle of bourbon or something. I'm used to it now, but I'm getting maple. I'm getting sort of like this woodsy oak type to it, like as if you're in some sort of forest. I'm getting cherries. I'm moving. I'm moving. I'm moving. This is not working. You're getting cherries. I should have planned this better. I'm sorry, everyone. You're getting cherries. I'll eventually get this correct. This is probably my worst review ever. Other than my first one, the Stampede. But, I didn't plan on having this go out on me. Hang in there, good. No one's watching. No one ever watches, but, it is what it is. It is what it is. Alright, well, I'll show you all the bottle. I'll have the bottle in another room, but whatever. So as I was saying, you get this sort of maple to it, with this woodsy, oaky sort of smell. Some cherries, not like a sweet cherry, but kind of like a bright cherry in a layback. I'm even getting small hints of some sort of pepper on the nose, cinnamon. And roughly that's pretty much it on the nose. On the palate, now, surprisingly, for as strong as it smells, it goes down very smoothly. It is not rough at all by any means. And the thing that I feel that stands out, kind of what it does on the nose. this huge mapleness comes out on the taste. But what I find really interesting is that there's this sort of vanilla-ness to it, which I'm surprised. I would have expected more of a woodsy oak to it, maybe like a wood chip or something really strong. But I'm sort of getting this vanilla-ness on the taste. I'm also getting these laid-back kicks of cherry, blackberry. I'm even getting in the very back of the tongue some sort of cinnamon or red pepper, something a little spicy. Nothing too terribly spicy, but sort of in the very back of the tongue. You kind of just have to wait till you've already gotten all the other overlaying flavors. Which is, I think, why the bottle has flames on it as well. Kind of makes it seem like you are going to drink something like really, really spicy, but it's really not too terribly spicy. It's just a laid-back kick. I was in the middle of giving my rating on my last review, and it kicked out. So, being that this is my first time drinking a wine that's been aged in whiskey, and I was trying to say that a lot of wineries are now starting to do this these days. You're seeing it from Robert Mondavi, Rodney Strong. There's ones out there called Copper and Thief. There's a Spanish wine called Southern Belle. So you're starting to really see this as a trend these days. Whether or not it's a marketing strategy to get the people who aren't really into wine. If it's more geared towards bourbon lovers, whiskey lovers who want to drink wine. Maybe, possibly, yes. Definitely by no means if you're somebody who prefers Pinot Noirs or Merlots. Maybe Merlot you might like this, but if you're like a Pinot Noir, or if you're just like a solely white wine person, or if you're not even just starting to get into wine, I would definitely not recommend this wine. That's why this one's a little difficult to rate, because of how overpowering the aromas can be, of how, I wouldn't say the taste is overwhelming, but there's definitely a lot of flavor on the taste that someone who's not really knowing what to look for in wines would be able to pick up. I'm going to give this a 4 out of 5. It is a very well thought out wine, and I do like that it, I just like this idea. I like that you've got these really outstandish, well-known flavors on the nose and flavors on the taste. They're easy to spot. They're easy to point out. Some ones you really gotta wait a while. But all this is kind of like right there, right front and center. You got maple on the nose, maple on the taste. You've got cherry on the nose, you've got cherry on the taste. The only thing that I would say keeps this from giving it a 5 out of 5, or just even a higher rating, is why I do like the vanilla-ness on the taste. It's not what I get on the smell. And to me, even though I do like my vanilla oaky wines, I also prefer unoaked wines, but when I'm drinking a wine and I'm not expecting it to taste a certain way, I'm not as pleased with it than if I had been expecting it. So based off the nose, I'm expecting something more woodsy, something more like wood chippy, foresty on a taste. And the only really thing I get from that is the maple on a taste. I do get this really strong vanilla-ish, along with that cherry. Sort of like a cherry brandy or something. So that's what really is giving it not such a higher score, because I would prefer to smell vanilla on the nose. I don't get any vanilla on the nose, but I get clear vanilla on the taste. Again, not bad, but I do like to give my reviews based off of everything combined together. So that sort of surprised me when I was tasting it and I got that vanilla. But I do like that laid back sort of cinnamon or red pepper taste at the very end. Very good little spice kick at the very end, that little oomph. So that's why. Again, I'm sorry for those of you that were watching it earlier and it kicked out. And I'm sorry that I said I was going to be on at 7:30 to do live discussion. But who knows? Maybe one of these days I'll get a live discussion going. But feel free to definitely look this wine up. Again, it's I'm not sure if I said this on this one or not. Typically on sale, you might be able to get it for $11.99, maybe even $10.99. I think it typically goes for about $15 though. So it is kind of, if you're in that $10 to $20 range, perfect for you. If you prefer to be more on the $10, then you may have to just splurge this once. Definitely would recommend trying it though before it goes off the shelves. I mean, you can pretty much find it anywhere. It's not something that you have to go to anywhere special. Any liquor stores should really have this Apothic. In fact, they may even have it on front display because they might be trying to get rid of it. As I said, it's a limited release, so it may come back eventually. Who knows? This may just be a test to see how people like it. I know at my liquor store, it's had its ups, it's had its downs. We were selling it really well for a while, then we didn't. Now we're selling it really well again. So definitely be sure to check out liquor stores if you really do want this type of wine. So, as always, it's been a pleasure. I'm glad I was able to keep this review going. And I'll have to see if the last one ever uploaded. I'll have to make sure I delete that one, because this is the one I want to make sure I save for you all. Well, this has been Apothic Inferno. I will be able to show you all the wine bottle one last time. Hopefully I don't blurp out here at the last second. Apothic Inferno. 15.9% alcohol. So be careful. Well, until next time, I'm Ryan the Wine Guy. Cheers.